My first experience with UMBC was in 1982, which was when I visited the campus here as a junior. And I was exploring a few campuses. I had choices of Syracuse, Rochester Institute of Technology, and UMBC, and others, I'm sure. But I came to visit here, and I got to see the campus, and I saw it was rather small, and I liked that. And I met with the head of the photography program at the time, that was my major, Jerry Stephanie, who was a visionary, really, and I was very impressed with his background and his passion for photography, as well as his vision that it wasn't going to stay all chemical-based. And where he's talking, 1982 here, he was already aware that it was heading towards imaging. And so he was preparing us for the future even back then. In 1985, I found out about an on-campus position with the Audiovisual Services Unit, which, as you know, that's what I'm part of now. One of my first big assignments after returning to UMBC in '92 was I was selected out of the staff to do audio recording, and I did quite a bit of audio recording because that had to be done by somebody back then more, and I got to record the interviews for the president of UMBC. So I got to, and not all of them were recorded, but this was a series that was recorded, and it was on, as I remember, I think maybe 2 different days. And it was a small conference room with about 5 administrators and the candidates there who came from all over the place. I believe there was about 5 or 6 of them that actually were in the ones that I was there. And I listened to them, and they were all fascinating people. And then Freeman came in, and it was his interview, and he just blew everybody out of the water that I had heard before. I just couldn't believe how much a level above everyone else that was there that he was. And in that interview, these were people coming from all the Ivies and all over the place. But there was no question in my mind that Freeman was going to be the president, and I felt very inspired by that. And that gave me, the idea that this is a place that I might be able to stay for quite a while, especially if he gets the job, which, of course he did. I'm thinking about a challenge in particular that happened back in the aughts, which was the Great Recession. And there's a lot of uncertainty on campus. Some of the other campuses were just letting people go. UMBC took a different tack during that. And what Freeman had a lot of meetings, open meetings, to discuss, where we were and how we were going to try to respond to it. Because, there were nothing really set in stone. Nobody knew how bad it was going to get. But what I liked about that, and what stuck with me, and I think it still sticks now, is the focus on keeping people. So I think about something that I'm going to paraphrase that I've heard Freeman say, which was, people will often forget what you say, but they won't forget how you make them feel. And so I felt, as a result of that, and I don't remember, all of the what was said, but I really got the feeling that UMBC cared about its people by the way that it responded to a major challenge